Welcome to the 4-Body Journey channel. This is a bit of a different video. This is the first episode in a new series that I'm gonna call the Tavern Talk. Because just like a man who has traveled the whole day needs a place to rest, to eat, have something to drink, something to eat, to recover and get ready for the following day where he's gonna need to walk a lot more, we also need sometime a little bit of a moment to rest, to recover, and to collect our thoughts. We cannot be constantly working on ourselves, on trying to improve ourselves. We can risk getting burned out very easily. So we need a little bit of a moment to recover and to get ready to, tackle the rest of the journey with even more energy. So this is exactly this kind of moment for me. So these episodes are a new series, but the Diary of a Journeyman series doesn't stop. It is still the flagship series in my channel, so it is here to stay. Next week already we're gonna have a new episode, so don't worry about it. The Diary of a Journeyman series is not leaving anytime soon. This is just a new series. It doesn't have a fixed schedule, so every once in a while a new episode will come out, and we're gonna have in this kind of episodes we're gonna have a very informal chat. I could be answering to your questions, or I could be talking to you about something that I really want to discuss with you, or maybe sometimes I might have a bit of event if there's something that I need to get off my chest. It might happen. So I still don't know exactly what's gonna come next for this series, but every once in a while a new episode will come out. Before you ask and before you get any weird ideas, this is not beer, this is just iced tea. As you can see, I don't drink, so this is not beer, before you get any weird ideas. Now, what am I gonna do in this episode in particular? I want to answer a question, and the question is, okay, I see your videos, I see you tackling a bunch of topics, a bunch of issues that you're facing in your own life. But you seem to me just like a broken man, a man with 1,000 issues to deal with. Why should I come to you? Why should I want to come and learn this method from you? You don't seem to have your life together. And that is a very good question, because in some instances, such a concept might be a significant red flag, might be a definite turn off. For example, if you go to a psychologist, you're going to a psychologist to have an answer to your question, to find an answer to your issues, to find a solution for your problems. If that psychologist doesn't have his life together, how is he going to help you? He cannot. So it is necessary that he has already worked through most of the issues in his life. But here it's a little bit different. And I have 3 reasons to say that my case is different. The first reason is that, first of all, you don't come to me to find a solution to your problem. You come to me to learn a technique that will help you, that will lead you to the solution that works best for you. So I teach you the technique, you're going to apply it to your own life, you are going to find your own solution. So if you are dealing with perfectionism, regardless of whether I am dealing with perfectionism or not, you will be able to find the solution for it. So the only question that you would need to have related to myself is, wait a second, is he good at teaching? Can he teach me the technique properly? And I think I do, because I have a lot of experience teaching. I even taught a university course back when I was working in academia. So I have a lot of experience even at the highest level. So I think I'm definitely qualified for that. I also think that, I am trying to share and spread the message through my channel, which is, through Neurographica, you can work on yourself, you can fix problems in your life, and you can, change your life for the better. And I think the way I'm acting is perfectly coherent with the type of message that I am spreading, because I am working through my issues, I'm trying to find a solution, and I'm trying to improve myself one step at a time, one drawing at a time. So from that point of view, I think I'm acting perfectly coherently with the kind of message that I'm spreading. So I don't see an issue there. Now, The second reason I think this question doesn't apply to me is related to the fact that we all have issues, right? No one is perfect. No one is, has done so much work on themselves that they have no problems. It just some people maybe have been working on themselves for 10 years, some people for 30 years, some people for 6 months, some people that haven't even started yet. So they're just, people who are at different points in their journey. But this doesn't make them better or worse people, right? I have issues I need to work on myself. I've been working on my perfectionism, on my lack of motivation at times, on low self-esteem. Maybe some of you don't have these issues. Maybe some of you listen to my videos and are like, wait a second, I don't deal with that. I don't deal with perfectionism. I don't need the motivation. I can get things done regardless. So, I don't have these issues, but you're gonna have issues that I don't. For example, as I said, I don't drink, so I don't have issues with my relationship with alcohol, or I have never had friends betraying me or stabbing me in the back. I've never had, girlfriends cheating on me. I've never cheated on girlfriends. So, from that point of view, I don't need to work on these issues because they are not issues for me. Maybe some of you need to work on that, but the fact that we have different kind of issues or that we are at different points in our journey doesn't make me better than you or you better than me. We're all people who are trying to improve ourselves and get better and better over time. So from that point of view, I think that, working on ourselves is a perfectly fine thing and something that can definitely help us in order to get better. So I don't see any issues from that point of view. Sorry for the cut, but I needed to refill my glass, and I wasn't planning on, I was planning on doing this video with no editing whatsoever. Unfortunately, I needed to refill my glass. So, yeah, that would require a little interruption. Now, the third reason why I think that question doesn't apply to me is the fact that I think that, working on ourselves and solving issues that we are facing is definitely something that can enrich our experience. What do I mean with this? Well, let's have an example, okay? Let me give you a little example. Imagine that you are dealing with perfectionism, okay? Let's just take an example out of my previous videos. And let's just say that you're trying to work on it through Neurographica, through meditation, through walks in the woods, whatever. But you cannot figure out what the solution is. And you think, okay, well, wait a second. How about I ask someone else to join me in my journey? So to accompany me in my journey. I am going to decide what the solution is, but I want this other person to accompany me, to have someone else besides me as I'm going through this journey. At the beginning, at the very least. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have someone who has never dealt with perfectionism, or would you rather have someone who has dealt with perfectionism but was, worked out a solution and supplied the solution and has solved that issue? I think this second category of people is by far the better choice. It's not even a question. Why? Well, because these people know what it's like to fall into that hole. They know what it's like, wanting to get out of the hole but not having the strength to do it or not knowing how to do it. They know how, difficult and how tiring and how painful it is to get out of that hole. So, the experience that they have and that they can share with you and that can help you to find a solution, a better solution to your problem is invaluable, right? So I think from that point of view, the fact that I'm working on my problems and try to find a solution is actually a positive thing, not a negative one, right? I mean, let me give you another example. If I were asked to organize a meeting in a school for students, where I want to warn them against the dangers of alcoholism, who would I invite? I think I would invite 2 people, and that would be enough. The first person is a doctor who works in a ER room, so, who deals with emergency on a regular basis. This person can tell you what it's like to see someone coming in after he has drank too much. They know what it's like to have to tell to that guy that he has, a deathly illness that directly comes from drinking and that he only has a few months left to live. The doctor knows what it's like to have to relay the same news to this guy's family. So this doctor know what it's like to have, whenever you drink and you have 0 issues, sure, everything is, quote unquote fine. It's not fine, you're still killing yourself, but at the very least it's not as bad. You're not facing immediate consequences. But then one day you're gonna have to collect the tab, so that doctor know what it's like to have to relay these news, so can share with you the experience of what happens when you finally have to pick up that check, when you finally have to cash that check, And the second person I would call is a former alcoholic. Why? Because they know why they started to drink. They know why they didn't stop drinking. What was so appealing about starting to drink and then continuing to drink? They know how much they struggle, how difficult it was to get out of it. What was the rehab process like? They know what is their relationship with alcohol now, so they can relay all of these experiences. And maybe, there's some kids who are facing similar issues to this guy, and they can relate to him, and hopefully they will never pick up the bottle. So I think from that point of view, having the experience of someone who has gone through that issue and that solved it is invaluable. It's very, very useful. And so, with my channel, I am not just trying to show you what Neurographica can do for you. I'm also trying to motivate you. I'm trying to reach people who are facing the same issues that I am facing, so that they can look at me and be like, I'm not doing this because I want admirers or I want people who, to cheer me or to whatever. I'm not looking for, fame or adulation. I'm just saying, but maybe some people will look at my videos and be like, wait a second, I'm facing these issues. He's also facing this issue, but he is working through it and he's trying to find a solution and he's trying to solve this problem. I can do it too. That is the kind of motivation that I want to provide to as many people as possible through my channel and through my videos. So from that point of view, I think my experience tackling those issues and solving those issues, it can be nothing but useful. Every one of us has a potential, and our potential is incredible. Our potential is so much more than what we think it is. Unfortunately, throughout life, we pick up so many negative experiences that start weighing us down. And some of them, some of these experiences come from us. But some of these experiences, we have no fault. For example, if you have negative experience because your parents, your father treated you poorly, is it your fault? Not really. I mean, if your father didn't like you from the very beginning, how is it your fault? It's not your fault at all. And yet you have those negative experiences, and maybe you're living a life that you're living right now. But if you were to work through these issues and solve them and find the best solution for you to get past that, you have no idea how good you can become. And, I've seen it firsthand. I know how much potential we have ahead of us. And many times we cannot even comprehend, we cannot even rationalize or imagine how amazing we can become. So, I'm trying to walk along this path myself, but I want to, with this channel, with the work that I do, I want to try to take as many people as possible with me so that they can then embark on their own journey, start their own path of improvement at their own rhythm, through their own schedule. So, whatever order they want to work on their issues through, it's up to them. I don't care, as long as they are as long as they want to improve themselves, I'm fine. If you want to work every day on it, that's fine. If you want to work 3 days a week on it, it's fine. If you want to tackle that issue before that issue or vice versa, I don't care. Anytime you're trying to improve yourself, that is admirable in my opinion. And I have nothing but respect for you if you go along that path. So yeah, I think from that point of view, I think that the work that I do on this channel through my videos can be actually very useful, and so it doesn't invalidate my experience through using Neurographica, through getting better, becoming a better person through Neurographica, and it does not invalidate the utility that Neurographica can provide into your life. So even though it might seem like I have many issues that I need to work through, that I'm working through, I think there is still a lot of value in you coming to me and learning Neurographica, because I think it can still be an incredibly useful technique to improve your life and change it for the better. So with this first episode of Tavern Talk ends. So thank you very much for watching, and as soon as possible I'm going to restart my journey. Diary of a Journeyman will be back very soon. But with this, have a good night and have a good day and have a good everything, and cheers. Oh, you're still here. I'm very happy to see that. If you want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can open this playlist that contain all of the episodes of this series, or you can watch this video. I'm sure you're gonna like that. The choice is yours. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.